Hi, this is Dr. Claybrooks, and this is Real Medicine. Shedeur Sanders has sustained an oblique injury, and we need to talk about what that means for his season and his future from an orthopedic surgeon's perspective. Let's get into it. Well, I am a football fan outside of being an orthopedic surgeon, and originally I'm from Detroit, even though I live and I practice currently in Orlando, Florida. And because I'm from Detroit, that means I root for the Detroit Lions as my primary team. But as an NFL fan, I'm interested in many players around the league. And this young man seems to have a bright future, but he's recently been injured, and we would like to talk about how this may impact him going forward in the preseason and potentially in the season to come. So if you don't know who Shedeur Sanders is, he was drafted by the Cleveland Browns in his most recent NFL draft. He played the past 2 seasons for the Colorado Buffaloes under his Hall of Fame and legendary father, Deion Sanders. And if you're not familiar with Deion Sanders' career, go to YouTube. You'll see some amazing highlights and plays. Deion Sanders played cornerback. He at times played wide receiver. He ran back kicks, ran back punts. He was electrifying. And he actually played baseball as well. The man was an incredible athlete. But we're here to talk about his son, Shedeur Sanders, who looks like he could have a very promising career in the NFL, considering how he played last week. But he may be sidelined and derailed a little bit for the future. So let's get into that right now. So Shedeur Sanders is a quarterback, but he recently has an abdominal oblique injury. But I want to talk about first the difference between a ligament and a musculotendinous unit, or MTU. This will give you a little bit of context about what we're discussing here. So we often hear about ligament injuries. I think one of the most common ligament injuries that we may hear, if you're a sports fan, is the ACL or the anterior cruciate ligament injury. The ACL is a very powerful ligament inside of the knee, very important for when you plant your foot, it provides stability to the athlete. So if you don't have a strong ACL or you tear your ACL, that can be a problem for an athlete. So a ligament is a structure that attaches 2 bones together. So in layman's terms, the ACL would attach the thigh bone with the shin bone. Well, technically it's the femur, which is your thigh bone, and the shin bone is what we call the tibia. But you get the point. So a ligament, again, attaches 2 bones. There's no muscle involved in a ligament, okay? So now let's contrast that with an MTU, or musculotendinous unit. Muscles are what allow us to move our extremities, our hands, and moves joints. But a muscle attaches to the bone by a tendon.